Hello paper lovers, welcome by a new YouTube video. And in this YouTube video I made my scrapbook layout See You in Paris that I made for Cliquekits blog. So if you want to see more picture details, hop over to Cliquekits blog for more information about this layout. So we start with the center, and I already made from the design paper, cut out some circles and made a big rosette. Later in this video I show you how I make my pink rosettes on the same way that I did for this big rosettes, but more like with the 3D effect. Okay, I hope you understand me. But for now we started with the background, and I used Distress Oxide for this background. The color is peeled paint, and I put some Distress Oxide on my clear stamp, and my clear stamp looks already like a stain. So it's a very easy technique to make my mixed media backgrounds in this way. And with a brush I make my ink a little bit wet, and for a more watercolor effect on my layout. And when I'm finished with my Distress Oxide background, at the end I also made some splatters with Distress Oxide for a more festive look. So my mixed media background is ready and is drying now. So we made the rosettes that I made from the circle ponds that I use. The big one that I made with my Cricut Maker. I cut some big circles with my Cricut Maker and make the big rosettes. But for these little pink ones, it's the same way and the same technique. But for the little ones I use my 1-inch punch, and I punch out 11 circles, and one circle I use for the center of this circle rosette flower. I don't know how you call this, but I think the circle flower rosette is a perfect name for this. So I all the circles that I punched out, I do them in a half, and I use my bone folder to fold the circles in half, and then I slide the petals. I think because there are now petals, because it will be a flower, I slide them carefully in each other and make a small circle, and as center I use a one circle, and here I put them on the center, and the rest of the petals I slide them carefully between each other. And when I'm done with this, then I slide the petals a little bit open, so there is more a 3D effect in this flower. So I'm done with folding my circle sponge rosette flower, and it's a very fun way to use on your layouts, but also on a mini book, mini album, or card. For all your paper craft. It's a very easy and fun technique, so I hope you like it, and have fun folding your own circle sponge rosette flowers. I also made some 3D volume circles, and I fold them also for my scrapbook layout that I made for Bramble Fox, but I explain it now for the first time in this video. I punched out I punched out 4 circles from the vellum paper, and I fold them in half, and with some glue I stick it together, and I fold it open, and there is a 3D circle that I also use on my scrapbook layout. It's also a very fun technique to use in your scrapbook or paper layouts that you want to make. Okay, this is the big one. I use this flat because I want to put my photo on it, and I use some 3D foam for more dimension in my scrapbook layout, and I can slide easily some die cuts under, so that's the reason why I use 3D foam. I also cut some design paper already on size for put behind my photo, and I ruffle the edges from the die cuts that I use. These are the die cuts from the Cliquekits base kit Simpler Life. I use this kit for this layout. It's a very cool kit to use, and this kit fits perfect by my photos from Paris. So that's the reason that I use this beautiful kit. Here I use some S-shaped tape to put my photo on top of this big circle flower that I made, and under my photo I put also some die cut. The Eiffel Tower that I made with my Cricut maker. Of course, they deserve a spot on this layout. And here I ruffle some edges from the design of from the paper die cuts from this kit, and when I do this with my distress etcher from Tim Holtz from Ranger, and here I slide my paper die cuts easily under the big rosette flower that I made, and this is how I decorate my scrapbook page. It's a little bit puzzling where I want to have my paper die cuts, where I want to have my Eiffel Tower, and I also use some perspectives from Bramble Fox on this scrapbook page. I love to use perspectives, and of course some flowers that I cut out from design paper from the kit, and the pink rosettes. Of course, don't forget the pink rosettes on this layout. I think they are really an eye catcher of this layout, so definitely for sure I want to use the soft pink paper circle flower rosettes that I made for this page. And here I roughly edges from a round circle label from my own stash that I want to use for this layout. It fits perfect on this layout, and I saw it in my stash and I thought, I want to use this circle label. And here I ruffle the edges again from a paper die cut that I put on top of my photo, and also slide some perspectives under the die between the die cuts. And so I make my layers. I love to make layers on my scrapbook layout. And in the Simpler Life kit from Cliquekits, there are also some puffy stickers from the Maggie Holmes collection, and this puffy sticker fits perfect with the theme Paris, I think so. So I wanted to use this old camera. The perspectives, I glue them with my glossy accents because it's a strong glue, and it helps the perspective stay perfect in place on my layout. And here I use some 3D foam to put my puffy sticker from the Maggie Holmes collection and the paper die cut on top of my photo. Here I use my 3D circle that I punched out with my 1-inch punch from the vellum paper I show you earlier in this video, and I placed 3 of these 3D circles on my scrapbook layout. So we start layering with paper die cuts and paper flowers and labels. I layer a lot. I like to make layers in my layout, so the big die cut paper flower I slide half under the big paper die cut circle that I made, and my pink rosette flower I give them some extra leaves, so I put an extra die cut with leaves under the pink flower that I made. So, and I put this one next to my photo, and the flowers that I cut out from the design paper, I slide them under the big paper die cut, and also on top of the paper die cut. So in this way I made a lot of layers on this page, and I really enjoy it. So here is another round circle label that I use from my own stash, and slide them under the paper flowers. And for this layout I used 3 alphas for my scrapbook title, and my scrapbook title is See You in Paris, and for the word see you I used the alpha from the Cliquekits from American Crafts. And on this alpha there are very tiny flowers, and it's so cute and it fits perfect with the design paper and the embellishments from this kit. So I love this alphabet with all these tiny flowers on it. And I also made from a paper clip and a circle that I punched out with my circle punch from 1-inch an extra embellishment. I slide it between through the paper clip, and I glue it with some adhesive tape on top of my photo, and I also use some extra perspectives that I glue on top of the photo also, and using my glossy accent. So it's time to finish the title of this layout. We have see you and the third word in. I use the black and white mini alpha stickers for this word in. So now we have see you in. I only have to make the word Paris. And for Paris I also use an American Craft alpha stickers, and these are glossy puffy stickers, and I hope I pronounce it well. They call Margarita, and I love this alpha from American Crafts. It's so graceful, and it fits perfect with the word Paris, I think. And then my title is ready. See you in Paris. I love this title, and I love to use 3 different alphas. So here I cut two design paper strokes on size, and I use my SGF tape to glue them together and put them under my scrapbook layout. And of course I cut my scrapbook layout on size, so it will be 12 by 12. And at the end of this video, you don't see this in the video, I use my sewing machine to make some extra stitches on the design paper strokes. So now it's time to make some splatters with my gesso. I put some gesso and mix it with some water, and using my brush making some splatters on my layout. I love to make gesso splatters because it looks like a more mixed media, and I also do this with the black acrylic inks, and it's a very festive look. Okay, I hope you have fun watching this video. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I want to thank you for watching and hope to see you next time on my YouTube channel for a next video. For now, bye bye!